up, my loves? Ooh, what's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I'm back with my all new review of Married to Medicine. So, we started where we left off. The aftermath of Heavenly's intervention. Heavenly's out the door. She's mad. She thought Contessa was her friend. She's not her friend. Everybody huddled together to talk about what happened and how this was not effective. She's not going to get the message. Where's Contessa? Contessa is over. She's done. She was hopeful that Heavenly would have said sorry. But turns out this wasn't the same person I thought she was. So the other girls are in the, what's the word? Theater room and discussing what happened. Obviously, it didn't go down the way we wanted to go down. We did not find a space of resolvement. We did not understand why she said it. She did not give us a reason why she said it. We didn't see she was remorseful. And when you are putting someone in an ambush situation, they're going to get defensive and they're going to leave. And this is what happened. So Simone said there was no right way to approach Heavenly. We've all said we don't like the nastiness. We don't like the meanness that comes out of her mouth. We get offended. And yet she continues to do the same thing. So Jackie comes outside to meet with Heavenly. She's pissed, okay? She's mad at me, but not mad at your man. I put the shit out there? Or was it him showing everybody was on his phone? And yes, Scott was receiving messages from other women. And Contessa didn't like it because Contessa didn't even know what he could be doing. She never knew. But she doesn't put it past anybody to do what they're not supposed to be doing. So yes, take it out on your husband, but not me. Now, I feel like, Heavenly, you have a point. She needs to direct that energy towards Scott. But I think because since she trusted you, you expressed your opinions of what she trusted you with on the YouTube channel. And maybe that's where Contessa messed up at. I don't know. Maybe she messed up her boundaries of telling you everything what she was going on and never thought you would say it or never thought you would express it on your YouTube channel. So it's 2 and 2. She has 2 people she should come at. Her husband and you. So Simone is not going to deal with anybody that's going to drag me. I have nothing to give. Okay? So we have Quad and Simone going back and forth because Quad wants to come in and talk, but Simone wasn't finished. I let you talk. Can I talk, please? So again, it's just talking about the footage. What I saw was some bullshit, and it was dead ass wrong. But the difference between me and you, I will call Heavenly. I will let her know how she made me feel. Simone said, but you didn't call Heavenly, Quad. You got on Instagram and snapped. All the energy that Quad gave Heavenly all over an emoji, you ain't got nothing to tell me. You are not about to say you're above it all because you thought you handled it better than we did. No, you didn't. You said a lot on that page when that picture of you was out and you thought Heavenly was speaking about you negatively. You came at her negatively. So it became a screaming match between Simone and Quad going back and forth. And how they've had more than one conversation. It never sits. It never lands. She doesn't understand it. They said, so have we. So have we. So how can you defend yourself and get mad at how we defend ourselves? So just looking at both of them, just screaming, knowing how Simone can get to a higher pitch. Toya said, look at these fools arguing about the same damn thing. How they both have to go on the live at Heavenly to get her attention. Basically, she said, if you're going to drag me, then I'm not fucking with you. Because this is America. And I choose who I fucks with. I die laughing. Because this is America. This is America. Okay? And I ain't mad because I choose who I fucks with. I'll tolerate a person, but if I don't fool with them, I ain't gonna fool with them. So Heavenly's outside. She's upset. She's sad. It's so fucked up. Jackie wanted to know, how can we come back from this? She don't know if they can. Are you willing to have a conversation with Contessa? I'm gonna need some time. She's hurt. She's defensive right now. And Jackie can recognize the fact that because she's hurt and she's defensive, she's not understanding why it came to this. She's not going to understand in her personality that she has to own up to the slap that she did last week to the slap that she just got today. So then all the girls leave. Say bye, Contessa. We love you. Contessa took a wig off. This was a mess. We see Simone and Toya leave the premises, but Heavenly's blocking the driveway and they want to leave, but they don't want to drive on Contessa's grass. So Simone said, Heavenly, would you mind moving out the way? I don't want to drive on Contessa's grass. Heavenly couldn't find her key. So they said, okay, where it's at? Can you leave? No, I can't find my key. So just blocking and blocking. And Toya was like, in Heavenly's fashion, only she could prevent us from leaving, her own intervention. In these moments, that's when you wish your electric car could fly. Ha, true. So they leave. Jackie comes back in the house. She knocked on the door, and Contessa started crying again because she's so mad. I've given her so many passes, and y'all were right about her all along. Quad and Anila have a conversation, and Quad knows. She says a lot of shit on her YouTube channel. Anila says she knows she don't take it personally. Okay, cool. You don't know her yet. But Quad's not about to give her a pass. I'm not finna give her a pass that she's jokingly talking about me. Why are you hurting your friends like this? What have we done to you? So I'm not about to let that go. So Contessa's not realizing what's going on. Don't talk about my husband. Don't do that. Jackie says, oh no, Contessa told Jackie, she talks about Curtis all the time, that don't bother you. Jackie said it doesn't have no value to her. Okay, Jackie, that's fine. If you don't take what Heavenly says at face value as her, but it can get annoying. And while you understand how Heavenly can be, you understand that her jokes don't mean nothing, that's cool, but to other people, sometimes her words can hurt. And you can't pacify with that's just Heavenly. No. Sometimes you have to be like, friend, I know you are a jokester, you have a dark sense of humor, but sometimes you're going to have to reel it in. Your jokes don't always land the way you want them to land. They can land offensively, they can land very hurtly. And of course, Jackie not going to go against Heavenly because she likes Heavenly. And the intervention wasn't effective. Contessa knows it wasn't, but I got the reaction of what I wanted. So if she can be reckless, I too can be reckless. Ooh, we're going to see how reckless she can be. So Simone and Toya. Simone is in her office. Toya is surprising her with some coffee. She wanted to play a trick on her, but it didn't land right. So how last night was a disaster, okay? And Simone felt Anila drag the energy. Anila came in and the energy went down. And knowing that Neela, Quad, and Jackie continue to kiss her ass. Are they enablers of her or are they scared of her? Could be a both. So considering the fact they had to watch what she said about them to hear her laugh so maniacally, it was like, girl, you really laughing about the shit you said about us. Simultaneously, we see Heavenly and Anila meet up, talk about what happened. And Anila wanted to know, why were you laughing? Were you laughing of nervousness? She said, I was laughing of disbelief. I was shocked. I could not believe this is happening right now. I was like, okay, it could be that, but I felt like you laughed about what you said. You laugh at yourself. So you laugh at the shit you said and you found it funny. But she really cannot believe that after all this time, Contessa would do this to me. We were friends. Really good friends. We vacationed. We hung out. She could have just called me. So she's stuck as to why Contessa would say she loves me, but would dog me out with females who don't fool me anyway. So back at the office, Simone says, we got the trio of women who still kisses her ass and make excuses for her. And Toya said Anila is new. She don't know Heavenly that we know Heavenly. And that's the problem that she has with Heavenly. We talk about our marriages. We express what we go through. We be vulnerable. And she talks shit. But realize that Heavenly has never shared about her marriage with Dr. Damon. Looking back, never. Never. And we could give props to Heavenly for not exposing her marriage on reality TV, where she will do anything else but expose how her relationship is. But at the same point in time, we can see little by little of what her marriage is with Dr. Damon. I mean, just like a couple episodes ago at her fashion show, she got mad that she told Nicki Natural drop it low in front of Damon and said, I can't have you around my man. This is what I can't stand about Heavenly sometimes. I can't stand how she shoots her nose up about how a woman will be a woman, but want to be like she be all up on my man, especially when Dr. Damon don't do nothing. And like Simone said, we have shared our entire lives, our business out there in the world. And all Heavenly do is uses our business to deflect what she got going on. And Toya talks about being vulnerable. And Heavenly joked about it. And that could be a 2 and 2. If you're not ready for people to come in on your marriage, don't come on reality TV or don't express your marriage on reality TV. Keep that shit under wraps. But on the other side, don't act as if you have a perfect marriage when we can see you don't. So then Heavenly talks about Toya, as usual, how Toya disrespects her man every time. That's why they're having issues. She's miserable, this and that and the third, her finances. And she said that Quad told her that Eugene spoke in front of a group of people and said that Toy was the worst mistake he ever made. I would like to know who said that. Because I don't believe Eugene would ever say that. I don't feel like he feels like that. So for Heavenly to say that more than once, okay, Heavenly. And she said Quad said it. Okay. So, Toya talks about her secret of washing away negativity. She went home, washed her hair, gave herself a facial, and just let it go. Let it go. And I'm like, good. Because I guess she's not about to hold on to it so much. I mean, she's not expecting much from Heavenly. She can't. She knows Heavenly. But at the same point, I'm not about to walk around with a chip on my shoulder when I don't have to. So again, saying Tori is miserable, Simone is petty. But Neela wanted to know, Quad had your back though. And I want you to remember when you talk to her. And she don't want to hear it because she thinks that her and Quad have this tendency to go back and forth. They always come back right. But this might be bigger. She's really upset. About the picture? About the fillers? No, it's not about the fillers and not about the ass. It's about you put a rumor out there that she sleeps with married men. And Heavenly said, I don't know why. It's out there. I'm like, what? It is? So I'm like, what are you talking about? So who's the guy? I don't know the guy, but I know the girl is saying so. You better not say shit. Who's the girl's name? They blurt the girl's name out, blur the girl's name as well. And she said, you better not say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just like, do y'all know y'all mic'd up, Heavenly? Do y'all know there's cameras around you? And you're having this conversation with Anila that you have proof that Quad is sleeping with married men? In the confessional, she said, I don't know nothing. I'm not saying nothing. I ain't saying no names. I don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it. I don't. But there is a girl out there saying that Quad is sleeping with a married man. Is the girl the wife of the husband? Is she a friend of the husband? Is she kin to the husband's sister? I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on. For Heavenly to sit there in this moment. But for Heavenly to sit in this moment and literally say on camera that there is a woman out there saying that Quad is sleeping with a married man. Heavenly, this not going to look good for you, honey. How can you say that about a friend? Okay. So we see Contessa. Contessa is at her medical practice. It's doing great. It's been a year. You know, having your own practice is great. Having your name on your door. You know, when she wanted to get into business with Scott, he wasn't on board with it at first because of how they were in their marriage to mix business with pleasure. But it's going good. To be able to choose the patients, choose your time, choose your schedule, having your own, it's a great feeling. So her client is a former wide receiver. He just had shoulder surgery and he's in recovery. So she wants to know how his scars been healing. And obviously this man is a catch to look at. So talking about his lifespan of being a football player. Talking about your head injuries. Are you okay? Any concussions, any head damage? He's had a couple of concussions. He's definitely had short-term memory loss, but nothing too bad. But other guys have had long-term nerve damage to the brain, especially with CTE, which is long-term nerve damage to the brain that could deal with dementia, memory loss, that could lead to paralysis. So wants to keep his brain challenged. You know, make sure he's doing things differently, doing activities, exercises, maybe take a different route home, not focus on using a GPS. And he never thought of it that way because he only remembers 2 numbers. So wants to keep his brain good, keep his brain active, make sure the neurological is good. And, you know, football players do have to go through a lot, especially with the amount of injury they take and especially injuries to the head. So they want to make certain there's no brain damage. So she refers him to a specialist to make sure he's good, which was a nice to see. Anila is now being a mom. She's dealing with her 2 children, having to work all day, every day with no breaks, okay? And she tells us her day. She woke up at 6:45, get her kids ready for school, make them breakfast, forgets a few things at the grocery store, having to drive 2 different ways because the kids go to 2 different schools, and don't know how to separate her laundry. Then try to do some blogging real quick, help them with their homework, pick them up, make dinner, having a full day with no breaks. I said, welcome to motherhood, Anila. There are no breaks. So while she's, fixing them some dinner, she wants a little bit of time to herself. She's calling her mom, crying and complaining about how did you do this? Were we good kids? Like, how can you handle this? I can't handle this. So right now she is complaining about being a mother to her own children. And she was definitely relying and taking advantage, or no, dependent. She was dependent on Miss Gomez, saying how Miss Gomez wasn't just a nanny, she was part of their lives, like a grandmother. Well, she wasn't a grandmother. She was someone you paid to watch your children. And now she's ready to be a grandmother to her own children. I get it. You're not willing to trust nobody else to come into your home to watch your kids. I get that, Anila, but right now you need to come reacquainted with your children. I don't even think Toya has a nanny. I think Toya is very hands-on with her children. And she don't complain about it because that's what she signed up to do when she became a mother. This is what I'm doing. So, Anila, I am not about to be on, oh my gosh, she's struggling. No, I'm a mother of two. And yes, while I want to scream, pull my hair out, I still wake up every day doing what I have to do, which is take care of my children. I smile because I love my children. I want them to be happy. I want to take care of them. So for you to complain and ask your mom, how can I do this? Mom, help me, help me. She said, girl, you could do it. You don't need Miss Gomez. In my time, we couldn't afford a nanny. We couldn't afford a cleaning lady. So you don't need her. You can handle it on your own. So of course she's looking at the differences of how her mother wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Her mom wanted to stay home and raise kids. And it's not enough for her. Okay, it's not enough for any one of us either, Anila. Any one of us single mothers, married mothers, stay-at-home moms. It's not enough for us to just stay at home watch kids either. It's not. But to me, the way you're complaining is complaining about how you don't have enough time out of your day to do what you want to do while somebody else takes over your job. That's not good. The fact that you don't know how to get a hand on your kids is because they haven't had this from you. You have placed your entire maternal instinct onto Miss Gomez. Now that she don't have it, these kids have to get readjusted to like knowing you. They don't know you. Now that they don't know you as their mother, but they don't know you to wake them up for school, feed them breakfast, take them to bed. They don't know that part. They forgot about that part. You have to relearn with them. Hence why your kid's having a temper tantrum by not going to bed, hearing from you, because he doesn't hear from you to tell him to go to bed. He hears from another person. So, Anita, you're not getting no sympathy card from me. The fact that you're complaining about what you signed up to be, which was a mother. Sorry. Heavenly. Heavenly's getting ready for Simone and Cecil's Halloween party, telling him, since you're there, they won't be mad at me. And she did not tell him what happened. So Heavenly talks in this very, very, very innocent, oh my God, boys, they were really mean to me. And then she just talks about how her and Contessa were friends. We were like best friends. We would talk on the phone. We would hang out. We were really good friends to each other. And I felt like we all talk shit. We all said some mean things. I just didn't think they would be like this. Like, what is it? Like, she was speaking such a innocent tone that got on my nerves. I said, Heavenly, please talk correctly. Don't plead your case to Dr. Damon as if you don't know why this happened or you don't know what you did and be like, they just came at me. I don't know what I did. And he said, listen, I get it, but you have to respect what you say in those videos. You can't take it back. And people who know Heavenly know she don't mean no harm, but you can't get mad or you can't determine how someone can get mad about what you say. You know what I'm saying? Like as men, we can show aggressiveness, but we can also show you could be meek and soft, strengthness, being meek and soft. She said, okay, we're not talking about men, baby. We're talking about Contessa. Oh, right. But basically, like for what it is, he knows who Heavenly is. While Heavenly could say some really mean things, say some funny things, she don't mean no harm, but at the same point in time, the things that she do say, she has to be able to understand why they're mad, and she can't take it back. Be careful with what you say, because they will come at you, and you can't defend it. You can't say, that's not what I meant, if that's what you meant. So their costumes will be Cleopatra and Pharaoh. Then we see Simone's costume. It's a part of Halloween party. She was old rich bitch. Cecil was a guy from a money heist, and the last time that they had a Halloween party was with Eugene and Toya's rental house back in 2014, and they got into it. So we see Toya and Eugene's costume. Eugene and Toya were Beyonce and Jay-Z. I kind of got Toya's costume a little bit, but I honestly thought this was Toya's day-to-day outfit. She looked cute, though. And for Eugene, the hair, I thought of The Weeknd. Because of the spiky dreads. That's what I thought of. But then I'm like, oh, a side by side comparison. Oh, it's Jay-Z. I get it now. I see it. And then how they were, and showcasing a power couple, billionaires, and she's all giving praise to herself for flipping houses and everything. So Sky came in as the undead Muhammad Ali and wanted to know where was Contessa. So I think he spoke to his sister, and he said she's at home studying for her exam, but she told them she was out of town. He said, oops. Oh shit, I said that in front of the camera. Because Toy told everybody that Contessa wasn't there. She's out of town. I said, Sky, you can't do shit right. All you had to do was say she's out of town. You had to give an explanation. You can't do nothing right. But she kind of owns up, yeah, I was at home studying for a test. I would rather study for a test than to go to a party and see Heavenly. So Quad comes in as Wonder Woman. Then we see beep, 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 beep. And who is that? Anila and Kieran. They pull up in a U-Haul. I'm thinking they're U-Haul movers, right? But no, they're movers to move Eugene and Toya out of their house, because since that's what Eugene and Toya does, they move every time. We're here to help you move. We're your friends. Let's help you move, right? Toya was laughing it off. How I'm happy you have so much of a concern of my life, honey. And to me, I didn't like it. I thought they were just movers. It would have been cool. I mean, y'all had the aesthetics. Y'all had the U-Haul truck. Y'all did the outfit to a T. But the fact that y'all targeted Eugene and Toya, based off of what they shown on TV, how they do move every couple of years, I didn't find it funny. We're here. We're here to help you out with your friends. Toya laughed it off. She thought it was funny. She said, wow, somebody has so much concern about where I move, and I don't think about what they doing. Eugene didn't find it funny. He didn't find it funny at all, okay? And they literally had their jumpsuits engraved and everything, and nobody found it funny. Well, Toya and Eugene didn't find it funny. Everybody else laughed, but hearing how Eugene wasn't happy, they were like, oh, this really wasn't funny. So Toya was mad. She wanted to have a nice, calm conversation with Anila, because all Anila kept saying was, girl, we're your friends. We're here to help you out. That's what friends do. Calm down, Beyonce. Calm down, girl. To me, I feel like Anila did that for what they did to Heavenly. Because we're like barely in the season. We haven't seen Toya and Anila have any issues. All we have seen was trying to get through Heavenly and Contessa. And what happened with Contessa, everybody did the adventure for Heavenly, and then Anila was just sitting with Heavenly. She talked about Toya too. So to me, Anila did this for Heavenly. She wanted to embarrass Toya as I thought they embarrassed Heavenly, and that's not right. So the men have a conversation, and Eugene never found it funny. He said, listen, do we have a problem? Kieran said, no, I don't think we've ever had one. Okay, do you have a problem now? Because why would you do this? I know our wives were not in a good place last year, but I never thought what they had going on would make us have something going on, right? So we got a problem now? And Toya had a calm conversation with Anila. Says, listen, I know me and you joke, but it's different if my husband is upset of a joke. So he said, listen, the men, we don't do this to each other. We don't involve ourselves in women's drama. And the fact that you supported your wife for this type of situation, yeah, it makes me look at you kind of differently. And he said, I wasn't inviting myself to women's drama. I was poking fun at what you guys do every time. I'm like, this is y'all second season. Y'all don't know everything. The fact y'all coming in thinking this shit was funny, it's not funny. Because imagine if anybody was to make a joke about Anila crying about being a mother to her 2 children, how she doesn't have enough time and space to vlog all day, you would find it offensive. You would say, my wife is not acting like she don't know how to be a mother. She's a damn good mother. Like, y'all will find it a problem if all we did was talk shit about Anila, that Anila don't want to do nothing for her children. All she wants to do is vlog all day. You would not find that a problem. We would not find a problem, but you guys would. If they was to joke about how Anila don't do nothing for her children. She don't know how to care for them. She's a bad mom. Y'all would get mad at that. So he says that Eugene causes drama with the group. How? Eugene don't do nothing to nobody. I've never seen or don't remember ever seeing Eugene do anything to nobody. So the fact of the joke was, y'all do move. Ain't that right? Y'all move a lot. He said everybody goddamn moves. But why are you making it seem as if it's so funny for me that I move? So he walks away. And I'm mad at him for walking away because that was fucked up. So he grabs Toya to leave. And I don't know what happened between the conversation between Toya and Anila. Was something edited out? Because All I see is Anila yelling at Toy, saying, "You're not my friend. You've never acted like you're my friend. Why do I be friends with somebody who doesn't act like that towards me? You know what? I'm done with that shit. I'm gone." I got lost. Did something happen? What are we talking about? Did we not talk about the issues at the reunion? So what's happening this season? I'm confused. So did I miss something? So they were about to leave. Jay-Z and Beyonce have left the building, but Simone didn't want them to leave. So he said, okay, I will stay at this table. I will not leave from this table because I'm not doing this shit no more. And another thing that's on my mind, I've seen all the comments of people saying, I don't know why Toya and Eugene are mad. That isn't that what they've done? Isn't that what their storyline has been? I mean, Eugene is taking out all his aggression on Kieran where it should have been towards Toya because she's the one who's making him move like this and that. She's the one. Eugene is a grown-ass man. He's not doing nothing different than any other man would do to make their wives happy. And just last week when he was working extra shifts to make up the director money, Toya said he doesn't have to. He wants to. Toya's not making him do anything that he doesn't want to do. If Eugene misses making the director money, then he's going to keep on making it when obviously they don't have to. So why y'all making it seem that Toya is just turning this man's head or turning this man's wallet left and right as if he doesn't have a control of what he brings to the table, of what he's making? I don't like that y'all think that Eugene is this spineless man who doesn't have a right to say how he feels and that he's directing all that energy to the wrong person. No, it's to the right person. But moving on. Good. So Anila and Kieran thinks that they did that at the party. That they came in, shut everybody down, wore the best costume. If it wasn't for them, the party would be dead as fuck. So y'all talking shit about Cecil and Simone now? Yeah, I don't like what Anila and Kieran are giving me. I don't like it. Don't like it. So Heavenly pulls Quad to the side to apologize to her. She said she was wrong. She thought it was a joke, but it was still wrong of a joke. So then, it flashes what she said about how Quad is a single woman, so her thoughts shit. Then the married men comment came up. So she does owe her an apology. And she said she was wrong, but she's not apologizing to the other girls because she meant what she said about them. So the producers wanted to know, why are you apologizing to Quad after why are you apologizing to her about sleeping with a married man when you just told Anila that there is proof out there that she sleep with married men? And Heavenly starts lying. Her eyelashes start to flutter really, really fast. She's like, I ain't never said that. Y'all liars. Nah, y'all lying. I ain't never said that. Nope. Fluttering. Voice getting squeakier and squeakier. I ain't never said that. So roll the beautiful bean footage. You said it's out there. There's someone out there saying that she sleep with a married man. So there it is. So the fact that you said that, that's what hurts me. And people knows that we're friends. But when you say it, it puts a stamp on it that it actually's happened. And it holds a lot of power when you're saying it. Because people listen to you. So I want you to be more cognizant of what you're saying about me. Because you need to be made aware of how you're talking about your friends. Don't make your friends out to be your enemies. Don't do that. So she accepts this apology, but she's being very clear. And she's speaking directly to Heavenly. I'm speaking to you, Heavenly. If there is something else that you're saying about me, or if I hear you say something else about me, I will forego our friendship. I'm not about to give this a pass no more. I'm not about to accept an apology from you no more because this is Heavenly's pattern. She says shit, she apologizes for it, and then she will find other ways of doing it again. And Quad gets a front row seat. So that was the end of the party. Now we're in a new day. All the men meet up to an Axe place to talk about what happened at the party. How was Eugene? Eugene's in a much better place, but like he said, he did not find it funny. Now Cecil said it more than once. He thought it was funny, but now hearing from how Eugene felt, I hear how you feel. So just basically, I just want him to understand where I'm coming from. I just want him to know that that did not make me feel good. That was not a funny joke to me and my wife. And if he understands and apologizes, we can move forward. Clean slate. That's all I want from him. So Kieran walks in and he said, listen, I want to know, why was I the butt of your joke? Why was me and my wife the butt of your joke? Because that bothered me. He said he understands how it bothered them, but he still found it funny. So you're adding on to the insult. You found it funny that I move a lot. But I'm telling you, that was not funny to me. You're doubling down on it. He said, I'm not doubling down on shit. You are. For you to say that you knew why it bothered me, but you're not apologizing for it bothering me. So he's being petty, how I won't make jokes no more. I'll be the dullest motherfucker here. All Eugene heard was motherfucker. He said, call me motherfucker one more time. And then it cuts off. Now, Kieran, if he told you the joke that you made about him and his wife wasn't funny, all you should have said was, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant to do. I'm sorry about that. And kept your opinion to yourself that you found it funny, but instead, hear him out. The joke that you made about him wasn't funny. He's telling you it wasn't funny to him. All you had to do was apologize for it. Don't stick it out by saying, but it was funny though. No, because that's not a real apology. So we don't know what is going to happen between the husbands in the next episode. But Kieran, I'm not liking what you did. I am not. I don't know what's going on with you and Anila, but y'all not really coming off authentic to me. Y'all not. But y'all, that's it. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for the next video, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.